Hi. Yep. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. I may end up doing it twice, but welcome to my fake divorce. It's called a pretended divorce legally. It's not a real divorce, right? And it was done intentionally. So welcome to my fake divorce, filed 10/6/2015 in Palmer, Alaska, the 3rd Judicial District. Okay, still open. Today, 7/20/2024, I filed fraud upon the courts on June 2nd,
July 2nd.
when they decided they'd close it. I filed tax returns that were never filed in the case, ever. And right after I filed those, they closed the case. You can only wonder why. And I asked for an evidentiary hearing, and they refused to give me one. We can only wonder why. I'll explain why. I'll show you why, okay? So this fake case has gone on for 9 years, okay? With a man using a passport in his non-legal name, Kevin Alfonsi, hiding his legal name, Kevin Alfonsi LG. Gang stalked for 9 years, okay? I had an attorney who was colluding with him, and then my ex had 4 attorneys, and then we won't talk about the others. Yeah, we won't talk about them. But everybody in court knew what was going on, okay? So yeah, I've lived in Alaska since 1973. That makes me a pipeline teenager, okay? That was a tough era. That's like the Wild West. And you didn't go downtown or anything. The whole 4th Avenue was full of bars. And it was just like, it was a nasty place when I grew up, in my formative years, right? And I came from Lewiston, Idaho, so it was like coming from Mayberry RFD to the Wild West. So us girls raised in the pipeline era are a little different. We were used to unscrupulous men, 0 tolerance. Most of mine are, they're not gonna put up with a lot. Okay, this is the passport that he used right here to file suit in his non-legal name, okay? So he didn't use his driver's license that had Kevin Alfonsi LG on it, and he used this very passport right here to do the crime, right? Okay, did that. We'll keep this over here. He never got a court order to use that name on that passport. Okay, we're going to start that up. He never got a court order to use that name on that passport till 10/24/2017. And he filed suit in that name on 10/6/2015. Okay? Okay, and we're going to go a little bit ahead. So his attorney knows what his legal name is. So in this motion to amend decree and restore plaintiff's maiden name, they go on to do it a much later date. It just proves his attorney here knew what his legal name was. Okay? So there's the proof of that right there. This comes much later, after he's used the name all the way through divorce. Okay. So, what happened? They filed suit using that non-legal name, that name on this passport. Okay? So that's what happened. And they did that on 10/6/2015. They were sent a civil deficiency notice because they did not submit the DR 305 child support guidelines affidavit. They never submitted tax returns. They did not submit the VS 401 form for the certificate of decree. Okay. And they did not file the certified, what does it say? DR 304 child support order. I think they did file one. They falsified it, right? And then the one certificate of completion to listen to the children's video. He didn't have to do any of this. Why? Because Kevin Alfonsi LG, his true legal name, he never filed for divorce. So Kevin Alfonsi didn't have to file suit for anything.
He didn't have to submit anything.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why. So the civil deficiency notice was never, responded to. They never filed the required documents. These are required by law to file divorce. They never did it. They just made this stuff up in this order later on and submitted it to court. Well, I submitted the tax returns that were supposed to be reported to court on June 6, 2024. When I find out these things were never submitted, I submitted them in 2024. Well, the case hurries up and gets closed. They deny me an evidentiary hearing. Why would justice not prevail? Why would they not let me have justice? Because this was a staged case. This was a staged case. From day one, it was staged to go against me, right? So anyway, okay, why would I say that? Okay, why would I say that? Okay, well, let's go over and let's look at all the names that were in his legal. Let's go look at all the documents in his legal name at the time of when he filed suit for this divorce. Okay, so there's a bank statement right there on 4/1/2015, and it's even marked by his attorney as plaintiff's initial 26.1. So what name's on there? Kevin Lawrence Alfonsi LG. LG's pretty important. The bank's not going to let you open an account with just the name Alfonsi on it. The bank's not going to let him use this passport to open up a bank account. They're not going to let him. They say, what's your full legal name on your driver's license, right? Okay, well, this was the full legal name on the driver's license, the name he hid from court, okay? And he stole businesses and money. There was quite a bit of money right there, never reported to court, right? Some cash that he had. So anyway, that was that. Okay, what else was he hiding at that day? He was hiding this business here, was still continuing to operate, and his legal name.
Yeah.
And so there it is, in all its glory. So there we're good. What else are we hiding? Well, we're hiding this business right here. What does he have his name as? Kevin LG. Okay, right there. On a business they hid all the way through court. They stole assets from Trailside Log Cabins, LLC. Gave all the assets. I was a partner in that business. They gave all their assets to this business and hid it in its entirety from court.
Yep.
Yeah, they did all kinds of things. Yeah. And then this was the bank account it was under, and they just let entities die.
Well, I see William
Entity
Construction.
Date, expiring doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean your business isn't still operating. Any accountant's child knows that. Right? Okay. Then there was the motion to amend decree. We already saw that stated his legal name, showing full well his attorney knew what it was, right? My attorney too. So I was ganged up in court by all the men.
Yeah.
So here's a promissory note. Divorce was filed 10/6/2015. There's a promissory note he got on 5/22/2015.
4/22.
And what name's on that promissory note? Yeah, it's Kevin Alfonsi LG, the name the bank requires that he use, right? Because plaintiff also is supposed to file in his full legal name as he knows it.
Civil Rule Pro 10.
When he files suit, he knew what his name was.
Civil
so
Rule
did
Pro
everybody in
10
court.
forms
They
and
also knew
pleadings. You must
knew
use
what
your
his
full
name
legal
was,
name as you
okay?
know it.
So he also signs that promissory note as Kevin Alfonsi LG, right? He does, yeah. And that was at Matt Valley Federal Credit Union, okay? That's the entire promissory note. So it's pretty devastating to be gang stalked this long. It really is. And like I said, there was his name. This business was important to put in court, but Kevin Alfonsi LG wasn't filing suit. No, this man using this fraudulent passport was filing suit.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So then what else do we have? Well, the year before he filed for divorce, well, of course, his W-2, which had to have his social security number on it and everything. It was in that name, right? Okay. So what else did Kevin have that year, right before he filed for divorce? Well, he got a PFD in that name, right? So you got a PFD. These are PFD attachments that if you have a lawsuit, right, they send it in.
It's by the court system.
And they say, here are the cases. And when this person files for their PFD, we want you to garnish these cases right here for money. And they show that they did on when, okay, at that time, Okay. Divorce was filed 10/6/2015, right? And the date of this report is Wednesday, February 11th, 2015. He knew what his name was then, but not when he filed for divorce. He didn't know that then. And he was getting inside help to hide this name. That's what's
It's a
really
report
bad about
generated
this
by
whole
the
thing.
court system to send into the permanent dividend office.
So this is a 2014 PFD with a 2015 PFD report noting Kevin Alfonsi LG on the 2014 attachments. Okay, so what happens? He files for divorce, right? Okay, then the next year, his name miraculously changes without a court order, without any kind of documentation.
They're helping him
His
hide
name,
it. They're helping him hide
for
his
the
name.
2015, because
The
he's
court
set the
was.
stage to file for divorce in his non-legal name.
Yep,
And
getting
officials are helping him do it.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing you got going here. Yeah. So all of a sudden, from the court docket, the name, the prior year's PFD disappears, right? Before he files suit in his non-legal name. Now, all of a sudden, it's Kevin Alfonsi with the same court cases. Okay? So they're still, what is it, 08939, yeah, with the same court cases.
Yeah.
But they're just going to help him hide his name, his legal name. He's getting an inside help, hiding his legal name from court for a fake divorce.
Yep.
Okay, so then again, there's the printed out in 2017 PFD report with the date down here, right? This is the permanent fund dividend. This is, we get a check every year from the state of Alaska because for the oil money that was made. Okay, so yeah, he's getting inside help. So he never had a court order to use this name during this time that he decides, to do this. Okay, so they also hid tax returns from court.
Yep.
They did that too. So anyway, I don't know if this divorce has been filed in his non-legal name till I visit Vital Statistics, okay? And they tell me your ex did not file. It was not issued in his legal name. I go to Vital Statistics and I'm like, I want a certificate of divorce. And they're like, yeah, you can't have one because your ex didn't file suit in his legal name. I'm like, great. Okay, so I'm there at Vital Statistics telling her that. And, and she tells me there's no records found for divorce in any name of Kevin Alfonsi LG, Kevin Alfonsi. We don't have a record of any kind of divorce. None. Zero. As intended. They didn't want it.
Yep.
They wanted me to die, basically, and then just walk in, take the estate, and then I think there's a pretty hefty life insurance policy on my name, too. So everybody can sit at the round table, right? And then just split up my estate when I die, right? So she had this is a certified no record found from Vital Statistics. Certified. No records found. Okay? So there's nothing in the name Kevin Alfonsi LG as intended.
Mm-hmm.
They later create some crap for me that's there, but it's called
Kevin
certification
Alfonsi.
of divorce, but it's not legal. So then no record found for divorce. This is 2 years later after decree is issued.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go get one of the decrees right here, right there. So after this decree is issued and given to me, they don't want any proof of a divorce between Kevin Alfonsi LG and Kim LG because they want to kill Kim. God doesn't like that.
No, he doesn't.
So anyway, you got 2 years later. Where's the date on this? It's July 5th. Yeah. So about 2 years later, after this decree was issued, Vital Statistics has no record that it ever happened.
They were never
Right?
to. On either name, they didn't want anything issued.
So that's what happened there. Because they never submitted any of these documents to divorce, like I said. They
Yeah.
never intended to.
They did later
didn't get
with
the proper
falsified
amount of child
figures.
support.
Falsified figures.
We didn't get businesses, assets, everything were stolen from us.
Us, I mean,
they were
me and
hiding
my
his
son.
legal name the whole
Me and
entire
my
time.
son.
So what happens? I run to the court and I say, "Hey, he didn't file suit in his legal name. I want a decree because I don't know this time. There's been a huge embezzlement happen. I have no idea. I don't know. They're hiding this tax return here from court. They're hiding this tax return for the Alaska Birch Syrup Company. They said this business shut down. It closed. It didn't. Yeah, and they said it shut down on 1/1/2014, making the last tax return from 2013. It didn't. So they hid this specific tax return from court, the 2015. He filed for divorce on 10/6/2015. This was important. So anyway, I run back to the courthouse after I go to Vital Statistics, and they say, "You don't have a record of divorce." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I need a legal divorce decree in his legal name, Kevin Alfonsi Elgie. I have to have one." And they're like, "Yeah, no, it's an inside job. We're not going to give you anything legal. You know that. You have a target on your head, honey. So we're gonna mentally mind screw you for 9 years. We're gonna accuse you of abusing your child. We're gonna drag you in and out of court for 9 years." And God said, "And she's gonna get stronger and stronger and stronger. The more you do to her, the stronger she's gonna get." Okay, so I asked the court for a legal divorce decree in his name, okay, at the time of divorce. So plaintiff's opposition to defendant's motion for legal divorce decrees with the trial courts and a recording at Vital Statistics, and cross motion for a request for document preparation fees, reimbursement. They're forcing me to participate in an illegal case. They're like, "No, we're not giving you anything legal, and we're going to keep dragging you back to court, and we're going to gang stalk you, and we're going to break into your phone, and we're going to erase text messages saying you're not doing visitation. Then we're going to drag you into court, and we're going to try to give you a $24,000 fine." God leads me to the text messages that they erased. He's going to make me stronger. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so it says here, the plaintiff, you could go ahead and look at it, but it just says the plaintiff at that time tried using her name as his last name only through DMV for his driver's license. I have never changed my name legally. This was done to appease the defendant. So he's lying the whole time, and they know he's lying. They're helping him lie
Yeah,
in a court of law.
that's right.
Okay, so he does an affidavit using that passport, not his legal name.
Yep.
Okay, on July 15th. So he's putting here plaintiff's affidavit in support of his opposition to motion for a legal divorce decree and cross motion for reimbursement of documents, preparation fees. So he's getting his ass kissed in court. They know they got a deal going, and it's to not give me a legal divorce documents and not do a legal divorce and to hide businesses and to embezzle and to just gang stalk the hell out of me for 9 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and they will use my child to take the focus off the embezzlement that happened. They will use that kid like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so then there's his sworn affidavit, right? There's his sworn affidavit right there, right? He's using a passport to do his sworn affidavit because he's getting inside help. Yeah, he's getting inside help with his fraud. And then there's the proposed order denying me to get a legal divorce decree and plaintiff's legal name at the time of divorce that Vital Statistics told me about, right? Okay, so I'm going through court this entire time, right, saying, "Hey, he didn't file suit in his legal name." And they're basically saying to me, "We don't care. We don't care if he did or not. We have an agenda. And you are asking us to go away from that agenda.
Exactly.
You have been marked.
Exactly.
You have been targeted.
That's
we are
it.
not going away from that agenda.
That is it.
Our agenda is to take you down, to take everything from you,
Murder you.
okay,
Yeah.
and screw you over.
And murder
Okay?
you.
That's our agenda.
That's the last thing.
So,
murder you.
When
Yeah.
you go into the court system, you know, there was his legal name at the time of 2014, the PFD report, okay? And it lists all these court cases, okay? He's got this man in the name, before he changed his name to Kevin Alfonsi, he's got court cases in just the name Kevin Alfonsi that go back to 2020.
I meant
think some even
2000.
go-
He
if I
has
went and
court
looked,
cases
they
that go
probably
back to 2000.
1995. Okay, so we know his name at one time was at the court system because they printed this report out and sent it to the PFD office,
Yep.
right, for his 2014 dividend,
Yep.
you know, saying, hey, we're going to garnish this man, Kevin Alfonsi in these cases, okay? And then all of a sudden, the very next year when this fraud has started, that name disappears, right? So you can't find any kind of court records with the name Kevin Alfonsi Elgiano,
Yeah.
right?
They just
Not one.
disappeared after they started the illegal
intended.
divorce case. Earth Angel will be led to such things. Repeatedly. It's just part of it. I just will. It's going to happen.
Anyway, that's what happened. That's all for right now. I think I may end up having to do a second one.